I chose to work with Dave because my journey to home ownership was very challenging. Prior to working with Dave, I had a really rough time, and my sister and my cousin actually have worked with Dave and had amazing experiences. So that's really why I chose to work with them. I knew their experience was far different from mine, and he virtually showed me that, you may be new to this, whole, ball game, but I really don't have to accept anything that isn't, that is less than excellent. And so I thought, Dave is the person to work with. So, yeah. My journey got off to a rough start, and I thought maybe this isn't the time for me. But it really has a lot to do with the relationship that the client has with their realtor, and my experience has been amazing. So I will definitely refer Dave to any and everybody, and it has totally changed how I viewed this experience. So it's been great. It's been a great journey with Dave. It didn't take me long at all to find the right home. To be honest, we saw quite a few homes in one day, and by the end of that day, I had chosen this home. So it didn't take long at all. And from the time I called Dave to the time that we actually went to see homes, which was far different from my first experience with another realtor, was 24 hours. Dave is awesome, and I was trying to describe him to somebody else, and I thought, he's just as his acronym. His name is like an acronym. He is dependable. He's dedicated. He's attentive to the needs of his clients. He's valuable. He's versatile also. He adjusts to whatever it is that you need, and he's extraordinary. He values excellence, and he goes over and beyond to meet the needs of his client. And it's really not just in terms of realty, but if there's a gap along the journey that needs to be filled, either Dave will fill it himself, or he'll find somebody that can do it and do it with the passion that he would do. The experience that I've had working with Dave and other agents has been like night and day. Dave is he values excellence, and that was something I didn't realize early in the journey. I was working with another agent, and there wasn't that passion, and there wasn't that connection. Although I don't want to say it wasn't a money thing, but they definitely didn't come to me with the same passion that Dave did, and with that eagerness and that zeal to meet me where I am, teach me along the way, and then have me arrive at my final destination, in a place where I am more than pleased and I'm ecstatic, and everything that I want, I got. I really don't think I would have him do anything differently. He took me to see a wide range of homes. He knew what I liked. He knew what I was interested in seeing, and he gave me a broad scope within that range of what I could buy, what I could afford, and what was out there. So he challenged me in some areas, but he gave me the opportunity to see a lot. And I don't think I would change anything. He really knows his stuff. So I probably remember walking into this home, walking in, and I knew exactly that this was my home. This is exactly what I wanted, and Dave knew exactly what I wanted, and everything and more than what I wanted was in this home. So as soon as I walked in, I knew. I was like, Diamond Dave has done it. I really can't think of another, but I will say why I won't change another choose another is because Diamond is like precious, valuable gem, and that's what Dave is. So I don't think I would change it, because the Diamond is an excellent representation of who he is. If there was an animal that most resembled Dave's style, I would have to say he's like the roaring lion of Judah. He goes after what he wants, and he gets the best for his clients, and he doesn't stop. He gets it. So I'm glad I have him on my side. But absolutely, I think he's like a lion. He goes after it. He sits at the top of the mountain. Absolutely. To be honest, Dave is like a part of my family. he's he's not only returned my calls, but my BBMs, and sometimes things come up, and I can be very absent-minded, and so some things come to me very late at night, and I can send him a BBM, and it's returned. So he was more of them, and he would just check in on me. I tend to be very nervous about things, and he would just either call or send me a BBM to say, how are you doing? Are things going? How are things with the broker and stuff like that. So it was outside of his scope, but he was always checking in with me, by his own will. Absolutely, absolutely. That Dave did invest a lot of time in educating me and making sure that I felt that I was informed enough at every stage of the journey. So I think he's committed to that part also. It's not just a home purchase or whether someone is selling, but he wants to make sure that you are well informed, and at every stage of the process he definitely did that. If Dave were here right now, Dave would say, that's what I do. That's what I do. I'm Diamond Dave, and I've always got your back. So yeah. I would definitely work with Dave again. Not only would I work with him, but I will encourage everybody that I know to work with Dave. As I said, I'm the third person in my family to work with Dave, and I'm certain that I'm not the last.
Silver House.